You find Yisrael.
Bezrat Hashem Yitbarach Shemod. This week's Parashat is Matot Masei. So the Parashat tells us about the successful war that Bnei Yisrael had with the Minyanim. They went out to war, and they were so successful that no one even got a scratch. Can you imagine? And they destroyed, they killed out all the male warriors. They burnt all the cities down to the ground. And then they took spoils. They captured spoils, like the normal battle. And who did they take in the spoils? Girls and women. Can you imagine how happy they were upon returning? Success. Complete success. Complete. So they're heading back, and they come, and in the Machaneh, they hear already they're coming, they could hear. So everyone's running out to greet them. And Moshe and all the Nesiim go out to greet them, because every Shevet put in 1,000 soldiers. So every Nasi went out to greet his Shevet. They all go out to greet, and Moshe Rabbeinu gets angry. Vayichtzav Moshe Rabbeinu gets unbelievably angry. Moshe Rabbeinu gets extremely angry. Why? They brought back the women. How dare you bring back the women? Who caused you to sin? Who brought you to sin? Who caused that because you sinned 24,000 died? Who did it all? The women. And you let them alive? Moshe got very angry. Who did he get angry at? Who did he get angry at? The generals. He got angry. Who else was there besides the generals fighting the battle? Who else?
Yeah, that was later, right?
Pinchas.
Oh.
Pinchas went on. So here Pinchas goes, and we know that who is Pinchas? Pinchas is Kanai, Rosh HaKanai. Who was the one that killed Zimri? Pinchas. Who killed Kasbi? Pinchas. So here we have Pinchas, who's the Rosh HaKanai, and he went ahead and allowed them to bring back the women. He didn't say a word. He didn't make a commotion. Nothing. How could that be? Moshe Rabbeinu has to make the commotion, and Pinchas doesn't make the commotion. How could he not make the commotion? And he was the one involved. Why did he go to lead the battle? Because since he started it, he started. How did he start? Because he killed Zimri. So since he killed Zimri, he started the battle.
Wasn't Yahushua appointed already?
Not yet. So here so how did he let it through? How did he let it go? You had a question. Do you have an answer? So before I give you the answer, I want to tell you a story.
There was something with the women, no? There's Mitzotzot.
Amen.
Right? Wasn't there a heter on the women because there was like Mitzotzot? I don't know. It's already different.
There was a disagreement in Eretz Yisrael between two major families, and no one could get really involved, because anyone that got involved, how could they get involved when two major families are at odds with each other? The only one that could get involved was Rav Shach. And he got involved, and he settled it. And he settled it, he had to get involved. You can imagine. And he settled it. A lot of work. And he settled it. His son-in-law, Rav Shach has one son-in-law that has a yeshiva and comes to America to raise funds. So he came to America to raise funds, and he met a family member of the one that was in disagreement, and he won out through Rav Shach. Through Rav Shach, he was the one that. So when he saw the son-in-law, he said to him, I owe your father-in-law a favor. I'm going to help you out. Come with me. I'll take you around to wealthy people, and I'll be able to raise a lot of money. And he did it. Now, his son, this Rabbi Bergman, his name, whenever he used to come back from his trips to America, he used to go into his father-in-law and tell over his father-in-law what had happened. So he comes into his father-in-law and tells him that I met this and this person, and he went out of his way to help me out because of what you did for his family. Rav says, what? What? I was completely broken. He says, when I did what I did, I had no intention of receiving nothing. I went in on the thoughts that I'm not going to leave nothing. Nothing I'm taking with me. I'm doing it only with Shem Shemayim.
So Rabbi?
Not else Rabbi.
It's like he got paid off.
Exactly. It's like he got paid off.
So it's
It
Rabbi.
happened maybe
That's
that the
like
decision
Rabbi.
was in his favor.
Right.
Maybe.
Well, that's like Moshe also with
Repeats interest.
Not repeat.
Like Abraham
And Sodom.
Sodom.
Right.
Timli anefesh ve'rechush kachlar.
Yeah. He doesn't want to take anything. I don't want to take anything. I don't want to have anything to do. I want to do it with Shem Shemayim. Rabbi Yashiv Zochanan Levracha, because he was a posek, he didn't take any presents from anyone. Because maybe in a year or two, they'll come to him with Mishpat, and he took from him once a present. I remember the story that a guy brought him a $100 bill, knew he didn't take. So he put it in his palm of his hand like this, and he went like this. Like this. You know? So you want Rabbi Ashley to picked up his hand, like he got burnt. And the $100 bill fell on the floor. You know, he folded it up. He figured that he could, you know. So he picked up his hand like he got burnt. And he said, the reason why I don't want to take any present from anyone, I begged him. I said, I want to bring you a hat. His hat was already sunburned, you know. From the sun in Yerushalayim, it gets faded to black. I want to bring him a new hat. No. He doesn't take anything from anyone. No. Yeah.
So he made him give him back all the money?
What?
Made him give back all the money?
No, that didn't do. He just said, you should know, I have a lot of nefesh. Because Let's get back to Pinchas. Why was Pinchas chosen? There's Yeshua ben Nun. Like you said, there's Yeshua ben Nun. Why Pinchas? Yeshua ben Nun is because Pinchas had a private, what's it called again? When you have a private to take care of. A private...
caretaker.
No, a private matter.
Private matter, yeah.
Private matter. What was it? These Midyanim had sold his grandfather Yosef to Egypt. They sold him for a slave. So because they sold him for a slave, he had a personal vendetta. A personal vendetta.
Is that a cool?
No, it's a vendetta.
Chas was Yosef's grandson?
Yeah. Yeah. Because his mother was from Yosef. So he had
What is Yosef's daughter?
Right. He had a vendetta. So he had a vendetta. So because he had a vendetta, so I'm an Ageya. I can't tell you take the women or not take the women. I'm an Ageya. I can't go and say, Kanai. A Kanai can only be if he has nothing in there for himself. But if he has something in there for himself, he can be a Kanai. So so Pinchas kept on the sideline. I'm not involved. And Moshe Rabbeinu understood that. And that's why Moshe Rabbeinu did not give Pinchas over the head. He only gave the generals over the head. So someone told me, it's a very interesting story, Mamish. He said he went to a case and the Rav said to him, I know you. And we did something there. No, I can't be a Dayan. Give me a Dayan. In order to be a Dayan, you have to be clean. Can't ever be anything involved. And since Pinchas had an involvement there, so Pinchas said, I can't say. So when they asked him, should we take the girl? Should we take the girl? Should we take the girl? Pinchas said, I can't say it.
So he wasn't involved.
What?
Wasn't involved.
Wasn't involved. And they came back, and Moshe Rabbeinu gave it to them over the heads. And what was the end? They killed the girls. They went and killed them afterwards. Rebbeinu Shalom, let's be zocher that my Torah should be right. I'm going to Eretz be mispalel for everyone, and we should be zachet to bring Mashiach to the kingdom. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Make him baruch.